So I've been on a tiki bar kick recently, and always a good time, right? Doesn't last long, goes for a month or two, and then I got to put myself in check. But the flavors are just really speaking to me right now. So today I want to introduce you to one of my favorite previous restaurant recipes that worked out really well. It is the Kona Tiki pork loin with rum, brown sugar, and marinated pineapple. Let's get in the action. So I love these canned chipotles in adobo, right? And if you don't know, that's jalapenos, smoked jalapenos. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Green peppers, green jalapenos, some big guys there. So I like to mince this up. I like that texture. We're gonna rub this on the outside of our pork loin, so don't get rid of the seeds, don't worry about any of that. Anything that's in that can is fair game and delicious. Now, in order to bring that big bold coffee flavor that we love so much, but we rarely put in things other than moles and stuff like that, I'm gonna use some dehydrated instant coffee, all right? And I always use decaffeinated, and just like that, it is smoky, it is coffee, it is everything you want except salty. So that's where the, we'll put a little salt on the outside of the pork loin before we put this on, but that's magic. Let's go ahead and take a look at these pork tenderloins. And we don't need a whole lot of work here, and I don't mind if I get some of that chipotle on there, but there is some silver skin here that we need to address, okay? And that's elastin that just doesn't break down and you wouldn't want to serve to family and friends. And so without taking any meat off, I'm just kind of going gently underneath it and creating a pocket, and then using the tip of my knife and going the other direction. And we don't need to get crazy with cleaning this up, but you can see how those lines work. That looks great, that does not. So we'll continue to rotate this beautiful pork tenderloin. And I'm not taking off just fat, it's that connective tissue that, again, just never breaks down. The only way to break that down is to grind it. And that is not what we're up to today. When you're dealing with recipes that don't have a lot of moving parts, it's the little things that make the big difference, right? Cleaning off that silver skin, really getting in there, scruffing the meat to create more nooks and crannies for caramelization. You see on the channel, we do it with the wings, we do it with big steaks, right? Flank steaks especially. Those nooks and crannies, the seasoning that we do, really fun stuff, goes a long way. Let's go on with our marinade. Oh my gosh. And the aromas are incredible, right? So we've got a good salt pepper mixture on there as well, and we don't want to be too rough with it because we don't want to rub that off. Coffees, big bold smoky peppers, like that on a cast iron, get out of town. Just like that, we are ready to go on the grill, but look how pretty that is. Look at that. That is culinary magic right there, okay? Absolutely stunning. Let's go take a look at the, oh, now look at both of them. How about that? Now earlier we opened a reversible cast iron griddle. This is one of my favorite accessories. It's got a flat side as well as a riveted side. Because I want those fun grill marks today, we're going to use the riveted side for both our pork tenderloin and our pork loin. We're stabilized at 375, and I want to get a little olive oil on this new accessory. And then let's go with these beautiful pork loins directly on. Oh my God.
Wow, the aroma.
Right off the bat, right off the bat. So while these are searing, and they're gonna take a little time, right? I mean, that cast iron is at a medium to high heat, more like just a medium heat. Let's go ahead and get our pineapples fabricated so we can jump them on there as well. And in the end, I'm just gonna give you a glimpse of what this might look like, just a melange of deliciousness. Pineapple, coffee, smoked peppers, pork loin, like, yeah, I'm excited. It's been 3 or 4 minutes, let's give it a look. Oh yeah, you know, when you open that dome and this the aromas hit you right in the face, you know, that's the 1-2 punch. So look at that caramelization. I want a little bit more. If I had just a little, and we have just a little bit more marinade. Let's get it on that side that was just seared and continue to baste with that deliciousness. Yeah, this is a silly one. We need to get started on that pineapple though, so let's go ahead and close the dome and we'll sneak that pineapple in and check on the pork loin again in about 5 minutes. Pineapple, is it a berry, is it a fruit? I don't know. Is
that a debate?
I think technically it's not a debate. I think technically it is a berry.
Really?
Yeah. It's an odd thing. And the Spanish moss in these trees, it is closely related to Spanish moss. Crazy. Yeah. The best way that I know to tell if a pineapple is ripe is to pull one of these little fronds, and if it pulls out without too much effort, you're good to go. There's no thumping this or squeezing it. You can tell when they're extremely not ripe yet, but this is a good pineapple to me.
Wow.
So cleaning wise, I want spears today, so we're gonna slice the top. And apparently you cut that a little deeper, you can plant that, and
I've done it, it works.
And you can do it, yeah.
Because it's a berry.
It can-
I just learned that.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh,
and so what
wow.
we're gonna do, I've chosen a serrated knife today, and I like cutting off the exterior of pineapples with a serrated knife. And you don't want to go too deep, but you want to go deep enough to get rid of some of the prickly parts there, okay? So we're just gonna drop all these edges off and then cut around and score and have our beautiful spears. I feel like the theme of this restaurant, I feel like the theme of this recipe is simple things, all right? So let's go ahead now that we have our spears and just kind of put them in this little bowl here, a marination bowl. You gotta keep them marinated. And then we're just gonna...
you got them today. You're on fire.
A little brown sugar, okay? Light brown sugar, dark if you like, but watch how it just kind of accepts that as it starts touching the moisture and kind of delves in. And then to help that process along the way, I'm gonna grab some of the Sailor Jerry's rum. I mean, I knew I was gonna do something this week with these ingredients. I just thought it was gonna be like a pineapple upside down cake or a cobbler. And I started thinking the tiki situation, right? We got pork loin, we got coffee, and that's it. You know, if you let it in here for 30 minutes and then took it to the beach nice and chilled, that's just a great snack, okay? A little boozy, but a lot of fun.
Not for the kids.
Not for the kids or the faint of heart. But just a couple of minutes in this, and once we take off that pork loin to rest, it will give us all the real estate we need. And guess what? It's going to pick up all those flavors that are left and starting to caramelize on that cast iron. And so everything's gonna really marriage and meld together, all right? A couple more minutes on that pork tenderloin, a couple more minutes on this marinade. We're gonna be back at it. Muscovy. Beautiful. I love those guys. All right, so it's been a couple minutes yet. Let's take a look. And I like what I'm seeing. But not quite done yet. Almost there. Let's go ahead and stack. And then I'm gonna pick up this pineapple and just start bringing it on in, because all these things can be on the same grill together at the same time and everybody's gonna win. The brown sugar is gonna start to caramelize, interacting with the chipotle. I see those bubbles, I'm really getting it in the air right now. Got that rum going on. If you've got a really high flame when you're doing this for some reason, be careful of the booze not flambeing on you. We could flambe this if we wanted to, but maybe we do a little bit of booze on the pork there just to say hello. All right, let's give this another 5 minutes or so, then we'll take the pork to kind of let rest and finish the pineapple. Beautiful. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Yep, we're gonna let that beauty rest right there. Stunners. And the aromas, boom, 10 out of 10. Let's check out this pineapple. I can tell we need to turn it. It's looking softer, if that makes any sense. And I love that bit of caramelization. It's picking up some of that extra rub that's spilt off. We'll just kind of turn all this beautiful, beautiful pineapple. And the smaller pieces are get done quicker. Doesn't that make sense? So let's just give them all a flip. We're gonna let that pork tenderloin rest for about 10 minutes. And at that point in time, the pineapple will be ready. Maybe a little base, because I still got some of this delicious juice. Magical things are happening. See those bubbles? And then we're gonna get this guy right in there. It's all working over here too. So we're getting it steaming inside while it's searing. Oh, this is a grand effort. While the pineapple's finishing, I'm happy with slicing this pork now. And it just, again, I mean, you're probably tired of hearing me say it, but the aromas are just a 10 out of 10. You can smell the rum in the background, if that makes sense, right? Beautiful things are happening with the pineapple and the rum and the brown sugar. And here right in front of me, just those coffee and peppery notes. I mean, you can only imagine. This is just so succulent. Look how that just pulls apart. It's crazy. So for presentation purposes, That is a fair amount of delicious pork. And any of these juices that might have gotten here on the table, as you can see, what a great opportunity to roll these pieces around and instill that flavor there. So I will board toss this, and we'll do it again with some of the pineapple. Let's walk over to the grill and take a look at that pineapple and see if indeed it's ready to come off. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, yeah. And that lid one is just absolutely perfect. Still a bite to it, not al dente by any means, but that's what we want. So I'm just gonna kind of pile everything up here, and we're gonna slice into bite-sized pieces. But look at that glaze that we get. Oh my gosh. This would make just a killer party platter. I can imagine having people over to the house, you know, and having this ready for everybody. I want a little bit of greenery as well, so I brought a little scallion to the party, green onion. We could have these separate, but I want to mix it all up. It's almost like a board stir fry. Now we bring in some of our greenery, and then perhaps we take some of the full pieces and stack them up like that right in front. Wow. And that is a dish to remember. You can imagine having a pool party with this, right? And maybe serving a couple tiki-style drinks. This screams summer.
You're really on the tiki thing, huh?
Well, I mean, again, that's where this came from for me. You know, I mean, you could imagine having a pina colada with this. Jeez Louise. I'll be honest with you, that's everything I wanted and more. That's it. That is textbook. Simple things done perfectly win every single time. A small amount of SPG, the salt we put on the outside carries everything through. That pineapple is boozy. It's fun. It's caramelized. That's just a magnificent fun dish. Again, imagine that, serving that up platter style. You can throw that tacos. That's a lights out good taco. Okay, sky's the limit. In the comment section, let us know what you would add to this to do it differently, or what beverage you would pair with it. That's what I really want to know. Thanks again for watching. Do all the things if you really enjoyed this. Give us a like, give us a share, leave us a comment what drink you would pair with this. And as always, from our backyard to yours, cheers and happy grilling.